Am I the asshole for embarrassing my sister in front of her baby daddy? I, 20 female, still live at home with my parents and my 4 younger siblings. My older sister, 29 female, has her own place where she lives with her son. At the start of the lockdown, March, my sister decided to come stay with us. My sister had started this rude as fuck habit of snapping her fingers to get someone's attention. Like she will say their name once and then start snapping her fingers in their direction. She even does this to my mum and dad. My nephew 1.8 has a habit of copying any actions we do, and this would be one of the rudest things for him to learn, so I decided to nip it in the bud before it caught on. At first I would just tell her to stop doing it cause it's rude, but she never listened. Now, my sister hates it when my siblings and I treat her like our youngling, so I changed tactics, and honestly it was more effective than talking to her. Every time she would start snapping her fingers at anyone, I would walk to her, push down her hand, and in the most patronizing voice I could manage, I would say to her, "Use your words, Brenda, we are smart, I promise we will understand." It works like a charm every time. And everyone finds it funny. Well, after many months of this, it is now a reflex action as I do it a lot. The other day while her baby daddy, they're not together, was visiting, she started snapping her fingers at my mum. I was walking by her to go to the kitchen, and without thinking I just did the thing and walked on. Well, the babyman was amused. He burst out into the loudest laugh and cackled for a while. Later when he was leaving he told me I was funny and laughed a little more. Apparently babyman told the story to all their friends and they were kekekeying about it, and my sister has been hissy since. But she has not done the snappy thing again, so I guess it worked. Anyway, now everyone is saying that I shouldn't have done that, but Reddit AITA.
Not the asshole. It seems you finally found a solution to her rude behavior. She'll get over it. I wouldn't have fingers to snap had I done that to my mom, lol.
So you all asked her to stop and she didn't. You did the push down hand and be condescending thing for months and she still kept rudely snapping her fingers at you. I'm going with you did your best to stop her and she brought this on herself, not the asshole.
Not the asshole. She seems to have no trouble dehumanizing others, so she got a taste of her own medicine. Hopefully she learned something. Not the asshole. She was not only being rude but had full warning of what you were going to do because you always do it. She shouldn't have to be laughed at to change her behavior, but if that's where she wants to set the bar, so be it. Not the asshole. If you don't want to be treated like a child, Brenda, don't act like a child. Snaps in a Z formation. Edit. Punctuation.
Wait, so you have all these siblings but Brenda's got a baby? Oh, and not the asshole.
Not the asshole. She seems to have trouble stopping a behavior that I was taught was wrong at about age 5. Serves her right. Maybe this time the lesson will stick with her.
Not the asshole. Also love the phrase babyman instead of baby daddy. I am gonna start using that. B. Byman. Normally, I wouldn't go for what you did, but her behavior was absolutely unacceptable and she clearly wasn't going to stop. Her embarrassment is on her. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. You tried politely telling her to stop and she didn't want to, so you found a better way to do it. Maybe she should have stopped if she didn't want to be embarrassed.
Not the asshole. Her behavior was exceedingly rude and you'd clearly tried for months to get her to stop. This is completely on her. It also clearly isn't some sort of compulsion or reflex, as she was able to quit it pretty much immediately.
Not the asshole at all. Well done. Hands clapping, 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 hands clapping. Bravo. Keep it up. And be even more patronizing, if she continues. No one should ever snap their fingers at others. It is beyond rude, and anyone who does it should be shamed. You can snap your fingers at a dog, but not people.
Not the asshole. If she ever did that to a waiter in France, they'd refuse service.
The BABYMAN.
My 7-year-old snapped his fingers in a pet store at the cashier once. We had a nice talk right then and there about how she is not a dog and we don't treat her as such. He has never done it again, and is lovely to each and every customer service person he encounters. My kid was 7. Your sister is being ridiculous. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. She's the asshole for treating you guys like servants by snapping her fingers. In my opinion, that's an effective way to stop her. Does it make her seem like a child? Yes. Will it make her stop? No, from what you're saying is she's still doing it. Is it amusing and hilarious? Hell yeah.
Makes me wonder what kind of things she did to him that he found this so funny. Maybe you've stopped it for good. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Does she do it to him, too? That's probably why he told all his friends. Y'all remember that annoying snapshit Brenda used to do? Dude, lemme tell you what her siblings do. Sounds very likely. Not the asshole. Embarrassment, while unpleasant to experience, can be an effective tool for learning appropriate social behavior. It's pretty rude to snap your fingers at someone to get their attention, like a queen calling for her servants.
Not the asshole. One time I snapped my fingers at one of my employees because he couldn't hear me. He calmly put down his knife, walked up to me and said, "If I ever see you do that again, I will snap them for you." He then walked back to his knife and continued working. AITA definitely in that situation.
Not the asshole. She needs to get over herself. Y'all aren't dogs. She embarrassed herself in front of baby daddy. You did nothing besides pointing out the obvious. It also wasn't even the first time she or you did it, so she needs to grow up and change her rude behavior. Hopefully her baby hasn't learned it by now.
Not the asshole. OMFG, I hate it so much when people snap their fingers to get someone's attention. I have worked in 2 different restaurants as a waiter, and when clients used to do it I would always think that they must be either very full of themselves, usually this, or just have very bad manners, so I praise you op for thinking about your nephew. Also RN, I study in uni and I share an apartment with 2 other guys and one of them does that, so FKIN rude, but he seems to be the one who has overall very bad manners. I really can't understand parents who raise kids like that. No one is saying you shouldn't have done it. You just wanted to post about how you one-upped your sister, and that's okay, but there are different subs for that.
Not the asshole. Lol, thanks for the laugh. Your sister is the oldest, but she really needs to grow up.
Not the asshole. X100. Sounds like the babyman, great phrasing by the way, is just as sick of her rudeness as you are. I'm surprised your parents allow her to call them like that. They sound too nice for their own good. I hate people who are disrespectful, and I can't even begin to imagine how she treats waiters and customer service agents if she's clicking at her own parents. You did a great service for the world by shutting that down. If she tries to blow up at you about it again, then just remind her you probably prevented her getting a smack across the head when she clicks at the wrong person. Winking face.
Am I the asshole for being hilarious? Why does this sub even exist at this point? Like, you know you're not the asshole. Everyone knows you're not the asshole. There is no asshole in this situation, it's hardly even a conflict. The story is funny, but there's nothing for us to even judge here. It's just, don't you guys think it's funny how I shut down my rude sister? That's not what this sub is for.
NTA.
Not the asshole. My mum probably would have killed me if I even thought about snapping my fingers at her.
Not the asshole.
You did your sister a favor. If she didn't stop that shit, everyone would hata her. Not the asshole. She should be thanking you.
Use your words, Brenda. We are smart. I promise we will understand. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy. I almost peed myself because of this. Not the asshole. AAAA.
Nephew V1.8.
OMG, that finger snapping SHT is just the worst. It's rude, it's unpleasant, it's demeaning, it conveys that you think that whoever the other person is, they are beneath you. I already hate the people who do that to waiters, waitresses, but to your own family. And after they've asked you repeatedly to stop? She had that moment coming, let's just say. As the unofficial motto of this subreddit goes, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Not the asshole. Do not snap at people. They are not dogs. No, absolutely not. That is the biggest pet peeve of mine. I've had patients do that to me and I've told them the same thing I would tell your sister. I'm neither a servant nor a dog, and it's rude. Good on you putting her in her place. You tried talking, you tried asking, you tried the polite way, she ignored it, so now you do it the funny, embarrassing way. Not the asshole.
Okay, I fucking love the babyman. Not sure if it was a typo, but it was great. Also, not the asshole. She sounds like a condescending asshole. She'll be fine. My sibling would have broken fingers for snapping at anyone like that in my presence, and it would be a claim for fame to prove who did it. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. Love the way you tell the story, rolling on the floor laughing.
The friends probably think it's funny because she does the same thing to them. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. I snap my fingers at my dog. I wouldn't accept it from a person. If my sister tried this, I'd just laugh at her and say, no, whatever it is you want, when you snap your fingers like that, the answer is no.
Everyone sucks here. Just talk this over succinctly like adults.
Not the asshole. This is actually hilarious. She was rude and you addressing it the way you did never should have needed to occur more than once. Unfortunately, it continues for months. She only stopped because you embarrassed her, so maybe next time she'll think twice when someone calls her out.
My dad does this. Or used to at least. It always annoyed the hell out of me when he would sit there snapping his fingers at my mum to get her attention, usually to get her to make him a coffee or something. Not the asshole. It is rude AF. Not the asshole. I love your solution. It is odd that your parents tolerate it. Not the asshole. That's hilarious. You seem like a smart and mature 20-year-old because I'm 26, and if my 30-year-old sister snapped at me, my response would be, snap those fingers at me again and I'm gonna break 'em.
Not the asshole. If baby daddy burst out laughing like that, it's likely because it's bothered him and his homies too.
As an Asian, I wouldn't have a hand if I snapped at mom. Please double line break to create new paragraphs.
I'm going to assume Babyman is also a millennial. That humor is right up our alley. He's right, you are funny. Not the asshole.
Seems like a play stupid games, win stupid prizes, sorta thing. Lol. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. It worked.